All right, well, welcome back, Facebook, to the Hughes Intelligence and Joe's Discount Tire Beyond the Boards with my friend Connor Burke back here. Well, we're off to a good start there. I mean, 2-1 at the end of that first period. And, I always say it, and I know you've said it before too. It's always nice to be the one to get the first goal. And if you can get it out of the way within the first couple of minutes, that's even better.
So underratedly important. I
Yeah.
don't think some people understand the importance of getting a crowd into it right away and getting the whole team in the bench into it right away. So
Yeah.
that was awesome. It was loud.
It was.
Great goal too. Ben Pickle again, great showing up, just really taking a lead role on this team. I think like an overager. I think he's got that captain's drive. Maybe he doesn't have a letter, but he just has that persona. I think.
You don't have to have the letter to be the leader at the same time, right? Or and supporting that leader as well. I think you're right. I think behind the scenes we could it'd be nice to know, but I sense that as well out there that Ben Pickle, and we talked about Ben before we started tonight because we were talking about Karimov being gone, and then we talk about somebody like a Ben Pickle that on paper it looked okay, but he really has shown up for this Sarnia Sting. Maybe he's the one to fill in that gap now.
Yeah, it's just all that it takes sometimes. Sometimes you just don't work out with the team. He's had a solid career, but maybe just a different role. You come in and you're expected to play something different that you maybe weren't doing for the past 2-3 years as a member of another team, and then they expect something different out of you when you come here, and then you can show up, you can put points on the page, and put the puck in the back of the net.
Yeah.
With a really pretty one. I still haven't forgot that goal from a couple of weeks ago. That made the rounds.
Yeah.
I could have made TSN out of
it. Well, and yet, again, you have to wonder, I know maybe sometimes you look as a player, you look at other players and you go, okay, they're filling that space right now, so I'll just stay over. I don't know, maybe, and like I said, maybe now it's like, okay, maybe I could step in a little bit more. Maybe the pressure's on. Maybe, who knows? There's a whole bunch of variables that could be, it could have been a good talking to, and I don't mean like a scolding in the sense of just a conversation like, okay, we're looking at you this way. The scouts are out, looking around, and, the trades can still happen, so to speak. And when you're that older player as well, you're maybe going, okay, I really don't want to move around anywhere else.
Yeah.
Let's just
finish it out with just one, right?
Let's go all in, right?
You don't want to be on too many teams in your overage year.
Yeah. And, I think the Sarnia Sting, you talk about the new ownership with Ryan Finch and Mark Guy in there. Dave Legwan's still around, of course. But, I think Mark Guy taking a lead, like he's the president of the club now, right? And he's obviously taken the lead in this. And some things have changed. And not to say that the Sting wasn't, but I think coming up over the last few years, we've really seen it all in attitude. And I think that's being portrayed out there.
Yeah, it's a whole culture. You gotta bring it and change kind of what, when I talk about the past, but we've never really had a real successful run to a Memorial Cup or anything really. So
yep.
Even with all the talented players that have come and gone and been drafted, 2 first overall picks, we've got a lot of players that have made their marks here, just never able to take it to that next level. And in that whole management group, I'm sure that's all they want to do is get that monkey off the back and say, hey,
right.
we're going into new territory here.
Yeah. Well, there's been talk of the Memorial Cup. I mean, when they announced, earlier this year when we were at the 4 points in for the announcements of the new ownership, etc., the official announcement, I think we all kind of figured it out pretty quick. But and they said, I think it was Mark Guy that said on the list is a Memorial Cup. And he wasn't just talking about winning it; he's talking about hosting it here. Which, wow, what a over-the-top event that would be for Sarnia and around London area and Chatham and everything to come together and have that here would just be incredible.
Oh, it'd be outstanding. I went to the one in Saginaw 2 years ago, and it was unbelievable. Just what an event! Just so professionally run, and that would be awesome to have it here. I would be over the moon about that.
I'd love to be here for that. How cool would that be, David and Connor at the Memorial Cup here?
It would be so cool.
And I think we're going to get our opportunity. It's coming, but I know that that's on their list of goals they're trying to achieve. And when you look at the Finch group, they're a business group. They're they're going to push really hard for that
You
too.
want to
So
put bums in seats and sell tickets.
well, at the end of the day, right? And the fans are loyal because there's last year's an example. I don't like to talk about the past too much. If a fan was going to turn their eye last year, they that would have been the open door to go, okay, enough is enough. But while the fans can complain, and I guess they're entitled to because they bought a ticket to be here, they're still holding on to this Sarnia sting, and that really says a lot for the community.
Yeah, like I've said it before, we almost kind of lost the team. There was talks of maybe not even keeping the team here, and now that would have been heartbreaking. But look at us now, right? This is one of the best places to be on a Friday night. The attendance is not sure yet, but it looks good again tonight. And there's not too many empty seats. If you watch other games on Flow Sports or CHL, you'll see a lot of empty seats, and it's not the same as it is here. I don't think it's hard to explain to people, but it's different.
Yeah, you mentioned it there. Thought maybe we'd lose the team. David Legwan made that very clear earlier this year that there were a lot of times over the years that he could have let it go and didn't. And the fact that he's still here, the investment in the Jumbotron a few years back, the investment in this team, and then bringing on the new ownership, I think says very, very clearly this team is not going anywhere. In fact, he even stated, not verbatim, but he basically said even when he bought the team, he had no intention of it going anywhere. So I think that says a lot for the ownership of this team and where we're standing here right now.
Yeah, it does. It shows the trust in the city, and you just put the right pieces all together. I think it's not going to be a problem. Maybe even a new arena. That would be pretty amazing.
Do you know something I don't?
I don't. I just know that Sudbury just...
Let's just get a Memorial Cup. One thing at a time there, Connor. I appreciate your
put the cart before the horse.
Yeah, no. I think, hey, you never know. Anything's possible, right? I mean, this arena's been here for a long time now, so... I mean, I don't know, a new police station or a new arena?
I want an arena. Right. The police are in the perfect spot at the heart of the city. I don't think they need to be any
Tell them to go park in the parking lot. No, I'm serious. I have a lot of friends that work downtown.
I love the police.
Sure they do, yeah. There was something I was going to ask you now, and I totally forgot. Well, anyway, 2-1, right? Not a time to get complacent, even though we're leading in shots on goal. How many people do you think are here tonight? Steve just texted me.
3,450.
Wow. 4,258.
Wow, okay.
Now, keep in mind, tickets sold,
Tickets
right?
sold.
But 4,258. And, again, that's an attestament to the Sarnia Sting fans showing up here. Still a pretty nice day out there, too.
Yeah, and shout out to my 1256, the Carpenters. So there are a lot of them. They are a lot of the 4,000 that are in here.
Are you hanging out with some of them? Or
No, I'm in my own seats, actually.
Okay.
I'm getting texts. Saw me on the screen. Saw you over there. My foreman would drop the puck there. That's Jacob Hyatt.
Okay. I wondered about that.
Yeah. That was my foreman at Shell. Very good guy.
Some little ones out there doing
That's right.
that thing. That's always cool. I love seeing the kids out there. Right?
Oh, yeah. It feels like an NHL game when you're only 3.5 feet tall, right?
100%. I years ago was out there and dropped the puck, and I remember, and that was it was a while ago. It was 20 years ago almost. And I remember feeling like this was cool, you know, to be out there on the ice. And I've been out there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, Patrick Quinlan. He's been the goalie's always a big part of the play out there, but he's done his part out there. But the Sarnia Sting have done a really good job of defending. I think you're a little closer to that action than me. What do you think?
Yeah, well, he's been away for so long. That scary injury a couple weeks back now, and I don't know what the jurisdiction was, but I'm sure it was probably a concussion because he came off holding his head. So it was exciting to even see him back because he wasn't even backing up for a while there. It was just Mallet.
He was just off.
Yeah, so good to see him back. They brought him in for a reason. They hadn't trusted him to. I don't know if he's a starter, if they're going 50-50. That's not up to me, but I think they have a lot of faith in him, and he's a great talent. Yeah, they have done a good job of keeping the puck away from him, but this is a sleeping giant. I'm sure they only need to poke the bear a couple times before they wake up. And there, Ethan Belched's out there. Like I said,
Right.
you can only hold him off for so long, and then
You saw him about. He's doing it.
yeah,
He knows his role.
that's the guy you don't want to give the puck to.
No, and a little bit of poking the bear going on out there in front of Quinlan, and I'm looking up and I'm going 2-1, and I'm like, okay, guys, this is not the time. Wait till the third period when you're winning 8-2, maybe.
Yeah,
But
this is a long game.
it's far from over, and I think honestly to the Sarnia Sting, and to give kudos to Windsor. This is going to feel a lot longer than 60 minutes on that ice.
It's going to feel like 60 minutes from now, starting now.
Right.
There's an extra 20. It's the stakes are high, and I think they have, like, going back to the home opener, they have something to prove, and you want to make a stand against a team that's 9-1-1. Like what a statement that is to your locker room to say we can
For sure.
we can beat this team. You can beat almost anyone if you can beat this team.
Right.
I think so.
Well, and there's something to be said for that. You know, when you win, you get excited, but when you win against, like you said, Windsor is the top right there, and a force to be reckoned with, you really go over the top. And go, wow, we do have it in us. You know, to Coach Al Letang's point, he said from the beginning, even when given the opportunity to make an excuse by the media asking a question, you know, it was like, well, is it they're just getting used to playing with each other? He's like, no, we've been playing with each other.
Yeah.
That is he says, I do not at all question the work ethic of this team.
No, they work hard. That's maybe where they lack in talent, where we're missing Dioria right now. They're almost the first to every puck. They are getting into the corners, and what a huge hit at the end of the period
Right.
there to just kind of send you into the second period. You know, those are big hits. I've been missing that. You know, like Dillingham was our big. You don't want to blow people up all the time to put you out of position, but it really does get the fans into it when a bone-crushing hit. You can hear the board drop.
Yeah, for sure, right? Well, far from over, like you said, and Windsor's got to be back there. Okay, Stinger excited, but Windsor's got to be back there going, WTF, man.
Yep.
This isn't who we are, and and then it's kind of a double-edged sword almost. When you win tonight, it's like you don't want to lose all of your energy because you got to play this team again tomorrow night in their hometown. A lot louder and a lot more fans.
It's a tasking task, if you will, and
Right.
the bus trip on top of that is no one wants to sit on the bus for 2 hours before you go stretch your legs. So it's a factor, and yeah, if you're gonna be banging bodies all night and tiring yourself out, then you're gonna be feeling it tomorrow and just a little bit less in the gas.
You win tonight against this team, and then go down there tomorrow and win again. That really. Wow,
you have me sold right there. If that's what you can do, but
you can grab that momentum and run with it, and you can really take on the world, right?
yeah. Hopeful but realistic. It'd be nice. It'd be so awesome to see that.
Yeah, I think this team has it in them to do it, and I think we're going to see second period coming out here right now. The Sarnia Sting back on the ice. They better be ready. This next 20 minutes of hockey is going to be exciting. Connor will be back to talk more excitement. Facebook, TikTok, we're coming to you. We'll stay live. You on Facebook, come and say hi to me over there on TikTok, and we'll talk some more. Thanks to Hughes Intelligence and, of course, Joe's Discount Tire for supporting the live stream.